Hello everyone and welcome to the Arctic Fox Avengers News Center. I'm Grace.
I'm Avery.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Hannah.
And today we are tackling a more serious topic, climate change.
The conversation on global warming has been heating up lately. And we'd like to inform you about all of its causes and effects.
The greenhouse effect is no secret. It's when certain gases or greenhouse gases build up in the atmosphere and they trap in heat, causing global temperatures to rise.
One infamous greenhouse gas that human activities release a lot of is carbon dioxide. As you can see here, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has risen rapidly in the industrialized world. There's a strong correlation between the atmospheric carbon and global temperatures, giving proof to the greenhouse effect.
In order to notify everyone about climate change, we will be showcasing the top 2 winners from a local school contest where students were asked to explain one aspect of climate change in 45 seconds or less.
45 seconds? That means we're learning about climate change in the time it takes to microwave a burrito.
Guess we are.
Let's get started.
Humans burn fossil fuels to power our cars and create electricity, releasing carbon dioxide. Deforestation contributes to the greenhouse effect since plants take in carbon dioxide, so cutting down large areas of trees reduces the amount of carbon that can be stored in carbon sinks. Agriculture, or more specifically livestock raising, releases methane, which is an extremely potent greenhouse gas. To reduce your carbon footprint, you can use alternate forms of transportation like walking or biking, use renewable sources of energy like wind or solar, reduce your red meat and dairy consumption, and turn off the lights whenever you leave a room. Thanks for watching!
Climate change and the effects it has on Earth, animals, and humans. The increase of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere traps heat on Earth. This has started to melt polar ice caps in the mountain glaciers by making sea levels rise, possibly submerging coastal cities. It has also started to warm lakes and oceans. Increased temperature has taken a toll on animals. For example, species are moving north to higher altitudes because of the heat. Warmer temperatures are also expanding the range of diseases spreading. However, increased temperature will have the most drastic effect on humans. Agricultural systems will be destroyed, and the impact of drought, severe weather, and lack of melting snow eventually lead to a decrease in farmable land. Mosquitoes and ticks will thrive in warmer temperatures, allowing them more breeding time and the ability to move further north, which can seriously affect human health.
One animal that's particularly affected by global warming is the Arctic fox.
Basically what happens is climate change causes a loss of the Arctic fox's tundra habitat, as well as worse conditions for their main food source, lemmings.
As the cool temperatures in the polar regions that they thrive in are shrinking, Arctic foxes are losing territory to red foxes. Red foxes are outcompeting Arctic foxes in precious resources.
It is clear in this graph that Arctic foxes are being completely pushed out of their territory with nowhere else to go that would be habitable.
Although we have focused so much on solving the problem of global warming, it's time for us to hone in on the organisms at hand, specifically Arctic foxes.
Since they're found all across the northern hemisphere, it's going to require international cooperation. Our idea for a solution is a plea to the UN for a policy change to protect the Arctic foxes.
2 other major killers of Arctic foxes are diseases from domestic dogs and fur traders.
To combat this, we propose to involve the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services as well as influential services from other countries to encourage ambassadors in the UN to focus on this problem.
One of our pleas to the UN is to encourage all countries to place a heavy import tax for Arctic fox items to reduce poaching.
The other is to provide funds for vaccination of stray dogs in areas near Arctic fox habitats and to require owners to vaccinate dogs and providing incentives and possibly even subsidies when necessary.
If we all work together, we can tell our governments that this is important to save the Arctic foxes from the problem of global warming.
From the Arctic Fox Avengers to you guys, let's all make some conscious decisions and reduce our carbon footprint for the good of the world.